Wings at dawn? Evening had settled over the infirmary, wrapping the stone halls in candlelit stillness. The air was thick with the soft scent of herbs and gauze. The physician, hands folded neatly before him, looked up at Lady Marlene and offered a quiet smile. "They are strong enough to walk now," he said gently. "The boys may be released. But the wounds must be tended, dash ointment and powder twice a day, and fresh bandages until they fully heal." Lady Marlene pressed her hand to her chest, the tension in her shoulders finally softening. "Thank you," she whispered. "Truly." She turned to the bedside where her youngest son, Matthias, lay propped against a pillow. His curly dark hair was still damp with sweat, but he was awake and alert. She sat beside him and drew him into her arms, holding him close. "My son," she murmured into his hair, "I must go with King Francis. Your father, the damage he has caused must be mended if we are to stop this war. I must try for the realm and for all of you." Matthias said nothing but clung to her like he did as a small child. She kissed his brow one last time and turned to Carly, the ever-gentle maid who had been like a second mother to both her sons. "I trust you with them," she said, placing her hands over Carly's. "Watch over them as you always have." Carly's eyes shimmered with tears, but she nodded, her voice too choked to speak. Before she departed, Lady Marlene crossed the infirmary to the far cot where Luma lay unconscious. Her pale skin seemed fragile in the low light, her breaths shallow. Beside her stood Bar, silent and protective, along with Luma's mother and younger brother. Marlene bowed deeply. "I am so sorry," she said, her voice breaking, "for what Lord Jovan has done to your family. I wish I could undo his cruelty." "You have done no wrong, milady," Luma's mother replied softly. "None of this is yours to bear." Lady Marlene reached out and held Luma's limp hand. Her fingers trembled as she gave a final bow to the family. "I will do everything I can to make this right." At sunrise, the castle courtyard shimmered gold beneath the rising sun. 2 great flying ships stood ready, one the original invention of Master Elric, the other its upgraded twin, larger, sleeker, faster. Engineers bowed before the king, soot smudging their robes. "Both ships are ready," Your Majesty once said. The second stronger, swifter. Lady Marlene moved through the courtyard, her green cloak trailing behind her. She knelt before Matthias once more, brushing a kiss to his forehead. "Be brave, my son. I will return to you. I promise." She embraced Carly, then turned to Vincentius. Though taller now, armored and proud, he hesitated only a moment before wrapping his arms around his mother. King Francis placed a hand on Princess Kara's shoulder. "Kara, take charge of the realm while I am gone. Care for your sisters. Rule with grace." "I will, Father," Kara replied, her voice as steady as her eyes. He knelt beside little Kayla next. "And you be a good girl. Don't forget to pray." "Okay, Papa," Kayla chirped with a bright grin. Finally, the king turned to Sir Prince. He gave a nod, and the knight bowed deeply in return. With a great hiss of steam, the ships lifted from the ground. Their wings unfurled like giant birds, and with a creak of timber and roar of wind, they soared into the morning sky. Back in the infirmary, silence still reigned until a flicker of movement stirred the room. Luma's eyes slowly opened, unfocused but alive. "Luma?" Bar whispered from her side. "You are awake." His voice trembled as he grasped her hand, his relief spilling into a quiet, tearful smile.